Okay, so I want to wrap up this album here, which there's still quite a bit to do, but it's going to be simple. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with the spine yet, although I do want to leave it simple, so I'm going to table that idea for now, and I'm going to go with the front cover. On the front cover, I'm going to go with this large chipboard piece, and I know this is actually 2 pieces, but we're going to leave it just the way it is. I am going to sand off the little doobie things, and I'm going to add a layer of glossy accents to the entire thing. And I'm not going to put it on until it dries, but what I can do there's some bubbles in there, but that's okay. I'm just going to set it up here to dry. And so that's going to be my front. Oh, let's see. The spine, I almost want to put like some, since it's the garden goddess, I may, let's think about this. I may put flowers on there. Okay. So you guys seen the tutorial for this last page that I did, which is going to be which is the pocket. If not, I'll link that below. And then the thing that I like to do is color coordinate my pages. So I know that this last page is going to be green. Let's figure out what we're going to do with the front. I kind of want to use my scraps first, and this is from the other album that I did. So I have these. The pockets and tags. I have the sticker sheet and the journaling cards. And I have some full sheets from the 12 by 12 that I don't have to cut into yet. So I'll put these aside. I also have some more like cream color cardstock. Okay, and let's make some pages. Now I said this is going to be a tag album, so every page is going to be a pocket page, and we're going to make it a super simple pocket page for you. So I got all my scraps on top here. We'll use those before we cut into anything, and let's get going. I'll save the cover. What I do want to do is label what color my pages are going to be, and I can write on them for that. So this one's going to be green. I got green, yellow, pink, right? I think there's more pink and green than there's hardly any yellow. So we may have to do like a yellow slash pink, yellow slash green. So green, we'll make these 2 pink, and then like a yellowish, and then we'll go green and pink. I don't know if I'll actually read that. Pink, we'll do green, pink again before we do yellow, and then we can end with green. So both the front and the back are going to be green, and we have plenty of green to go around. Let's do the pockets. And yeah, I wrote that right where that pocket's going to go. That's okay. So the pages are again 4 inches by 5. So let's make the pockets like a 4 by 2. So you're going to have, it's going to be about a third. So 2 inches pocket to 3 inches up here, the 2/3 rule, and then 4. So what we need, you're going to need a 1/2 inch bigger on the sides, and then you can make your pockets so they fold up in the back, so you have all that to put a tag in. I don't like doing that because when I put my tags down in, I don't want them to get stuck on that back lip. So I'm just going to make them 4 by 2, and we're going to glue that bottom. So we need a strip that's 5 by 2, and we're going to put 1 on every page. 1, 2, 16 pages, right? So 5 by 2, 16 times. So if you cut a 12 by 12 piece of paper into 5, and you do the next one at 5, you're left with a 2-inch strip, which you will get 2 5 by 2s out of. There we go. And then each one of these is going to be 6. So we needed 16. Yeah, 2, 4. Do I have 5? 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that'll be 12, 14, and then I'm sure I'll find a scrap for 2 more. So just cut these 5-inch strips into 2s. I cut one crooked. One of them's going to be a little different measurement. This one's going to be like an 1/8 inch short. You're also going to have the mats here. You're going to have an extra spot in back, and we'll put something on the front. Maybe, you may not need anything. So each one of these gets scored a 1/2 inch at both sides. If you don't have a scoreboard, I am going to make a suggestion. I think that it is a must-have. I believe Crystal sells them in her store. I will double check. I will link it below if she does still have some. But you can do it without the scoreboard. It's so much easier with one. Oopsie. Okay. Now let's put the pockets on. 2 by 5 scored on both sides at a 1/2 inch. Now you can put decorative punch across here if you want. I don't always like doing that, depending on what the edge is, because when you tuck things in and out of them, they may they have a tendency to bend or fold the decorative edge. Alright, I'm going to use glue and glue on both sides and the bottom. There we go. And I want to line this up on the outside edge of the page, because if you make it exactly the same. No. If you make this width exactly the same of the page for 5 inches and then you score it at a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch, it's going to be a little smaller because of the fold. So line it up with the outside edge. And you're going to do this on all the pages. And I have a puppy running rogue, so I'm going to go get her, and then I'm going to come back and finish this off camera. Just the page, just the pockets. That's how you do it. And I'll be right back. Okay, I got all the pockets on. I put a bit of bulk in there, but not too bad. And let's go ahead and cover this first page. I'm going to cover it from top to bottom. And let's use that would fit perfect, but that is too busy for me. But we can use the back. Let's go ahead and do that. And we may make that a little fancier. We have plenty of time to fix it up. So this one's going to be 5 1/8 by 4 1/8. Now the good thing about making all the pages the same is all the mats are the same. And we're going to make, for the most part, we're going to make the top and bottom the same unless I run out of some paper. Okay, so we're going to go 3 7/8 by 4 7/8, but I'm going to cut it at like 5 1/8, 5 1/4, so that I can tuck it down in this pocket so it doesn't get stuck. The tags don't get stuck. So let's find some paper. And I had this one cut, so I'm going to use it. And then this one is going to be just big enough. And they're different. I was going to make them all the same, but this is going to be covered up mostly, so it doesn't really matter. Cut this at 3 7/8. And it's already at like 4 1/2, so that's going to be plenty. I'm just going to dry fit it, make sure that it tucks down in there, and it does. And it has a really pretty pattern on the back. Sometimes it's hard to decide what side to use, so sometimes I don't look. I think, oh, I could use that for the pink side. Okay, so there's my first page green, and we'll fancy it up. I'm going to go ahead and relabel these, so this is going to be pink. We'll do a yellow or a combo green, pink, green, pink, yellow, and then green. Okay. Now for the pink page, I have, and again, I'm just using my scraps. Pull some of these out and put the stickers and stuff aside. Lots of pink scraps here. Let's try this one. And I am dropping stuff all over the floor, is what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got these two pinks. I think this will work. Yep, it is just 3 7/8. I'm going to cut it at like 5 1/4. And this one's going to be the same. One of them is a little short because I cut it crooked. And so I'm going to cut, but this one's not, so this one's 1 7/8. So I'm going to cut this at 1 7/8. And depending on how you want it to look, you can always like put like this one over here and make them like opposites. Lots of options. There's also a parchment color on this, but it's just too close to my cream, so I don't want to use that as one of my primary colors. Had I been using black on this collection, I would definitely use the parchment as one of my primary colors. Okay, I think we can use this one. Again, I'm cutting the length at like 5 1/4. My 3 7/8. And then I'm just double checking my pocket, cutting at 1 7/8. So, I have a question for you guys. If you're watching this, you can leave the answer below, or you can put it on my Facebook group or whatever. Or you can use the Artistic Studio Creations Facebook group. I wonder what you do, if anything, while you're crafting. Like when I'm not filming, or when I'm filming and I'm gonna do a voiceover, I listen to books normally. Sometimes I watch movies, but mostly I listen to books because unless I've seen the movie like a million times, I need to concentrate. Okay, my next color is yellow, and yellow is kind of sparse here. So the yellow is kind of one that I thought we could maybe make yellow and green, or yellow and pink, or just like a little bit of everything. I don't even have a whole lot of yellow scraps left, but I have some that I may be able to piece something together. This would be, yeah, I think, let's do that. I'll do 3 7/8 here, and that'll be the top level of this one. Tuck right under there. Oops, sorry. And then I have this, and it's not cut straight, so let's make a straight. I use this for my balloon, and it was all curves. So in order to cut this straight, I just need to make one straight line. As long as I have a straight line, I can cut the rest. But unfortunately it didn't make the 3 7/8 cut, but I now have a square, so well worth it, well worth it. I got some small yellow pieces. I even have this border strip here that would be nice to, maybe I can layer. This is yellow, so I'm going to venture, and I'm gonna say we're going to get into my 8x8 pad here and get a yellow sheet out. And the back of this guy is yellow. And I taped, there we go. Okay, and because it's not 4 inches, it's perfect because I can actually use this more than once. I I had the patterns in solids also, but I think I used almost all of them. I will double check. I'm pretty sure that I did. So I'm going to cut this one at 3 7/8. We'll do 2 inches. And, oh, that was supposed to be 1 7/8. Can't do 2 inches on a 2-inch pocket. And we'll use this side, and yeah, we'll use these 2 sides. Okay, so while my camera was charging, I went ahead and cut paper because that's what was taking the longest, I think. And let's just glue it in. They're all about the same size. Some of them I had to mix. Because I think it's still going to be one short, but we'll see. But some of them I had to mix because I didn't have enough scraps. If I'm one short, I'll have to cut into another piece of paper. So far, I've only had to cut into one new piece of paper. It was an 8x8. And I also cut the mats for the pockets. And then I made some tags, but I saved a couple for us to make together on the tag maker, the We Are Memory Keepers tag maker. And I will link that below also. I got some, there we go. And then I came up with an idea for the outside and the spine. So we'll be ready to decorate also. I'm going to do this until my battery dies again. I think I want that on this side. Just to give it a little bit of color. And then I'm going to the gym. So if you hadn't heard yet, the reason why I haven't been here and uploading, I was uploading 3 or 4 times a week before, but I haven't been lately, and it's because I have to do this health thing. So I am dieting and going to the gym, and it's working well. So hopefully once I get down to where I should be, this goes here like this, I'll have more time and I can concentrate more on my scrapbooking goals again. Okay. these two. I think this is the short one. No, it's not. So one of my major scrapbooking goals is, besides just to get my subscribers up and stuff like that, is to get on the G45 design team. It's not called the design team anymore, they're called ambassadors. And the call is up right now, and I can't even apply because I wouldn't be able to commit to the terms. So I'm sad, and I think their terms, theirs are 2-year terms, I think. If not, then it's a 1-year term and you can only do it twice. But regardless, I'm just gonna have to wait. But I'm really excited about it. I think that would be just awesome. So it is on my list of things to do. But health comes first, everybody. I'll be able to do what I love doing for a longer period of time if I am healthy. And that is the goal. Okay, I'm back to green. I don't need, no, I don't think I'll be a green short. I think I'll do these two though. I will tell you some of my, while we're doing this, I'll tell you some of my favorite things about my, I want to say my lifestyle change for dieting and exercise. It's not, I'll call it dieting, but it's really not, because you pretty much have to do it forever. Well, I don't have to do it forever. Just I have some restrictions that I put on myself. So I use, first I joined Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers is wonderful, and it taught me a lot about what to eat, what not to eat, you know, things that can be, and portioning, and how everything is okay in moderation. It also taught me substitution, but right now they have a freestyle program going on, and I have come to terms that I have zero what do I want to say? Self-control, when I'm given parameters like that, when it's just kind of like open-ended. They have, the freestyle means that there are certain foods that you don't have to count as your points, okay? So, on Weight Watchers, depending on your weight and height and gender and stuff like that, is how many points you get to take, consume, I guess, each day. And I started out with like 26, I'm down to 23 now, because you lose points as you lose weight, but I think 23 is as low as they go. And then once you hit your goal, you get to go back up, because then you're not on a losing program anymore, you're on a maintaining program. But, so, the freestyle means that there are some foods that you can eat and you don't have to count. Some of those are fruits, vegetables, beans, as long as they're either raw or prepared a certain way. And chicken, turkey. Okay, so anyways, these foods you don't have to count as calories. And, or not calories because you don't count calories, but you don't have to count them as points. Well, that's great if you're hungry and you need something to eat and you've already used your points for the day. But I was just eating the 0 points foods to eat. So I had to stop doing that. I'm still on Weight Watchers, but I now count calories. And the reason why they do the 0 point foods is because I think, this is my speculation is that people were spending all their points on stuff that's not necessarily good for them, and then not having enough points left over for the protein and nutrients that they need. And if you look at all the 0 point foods, they all have like all this nutrients, so and they're healthy for you. But that's just my speculation of why they have the 0 point foods. So yeah, that yeah, that's what I did. And so I started counting calories, and I'm on the Weight Watchers. But to lose 2 pounds a week, and I use an app called Lose It, I get 1,300 calories a day. And basically what it amounts to is every 500 calories you are below what it takes you to, survive. Every 3,500 calories you are below, that is a pound. I'm sure it varies, but I think like a rule of thumb. So I'm eating 1,000 calories a day less than I should in order to maintain my weight so that I lose 2 pounds a week. That's what it boils down to. And this is short. Why is this short? Because I cut that too big. No, this must be the crooked one I did. So anyways, it's just going to be like that. Actually, I'm going to put it down and then I'll put a strip across the top because I'm like out of paper. And then, because you don't want to lose too much weight too fast, when you exercise, you get to add calories back to your diet. And the app Lose It does all that stuff for you. So, I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to get this one here, Shine From Within. And I'm going to pull some of the green from the top and bottom of that same strip. I guess there's no, yeah, there is. So anyways, yeah, it's working well. As long as you don't lie to yourself, which mainly for me is measuring my food, it works. And I'm going to put this one here, and let me make sure that everything has, oh, you know what, I bet this is the reason why I have that, because this one was short, but that's okay. as you keep going with the weight loss, it gets harder and harder to actually lose weight. That's not big enough. It just takes more, less food, more. Nope, too small. That one would work, but it's pink. Do I have a green one? Or is this supposed to be yellow? This is supposed to be yellow. How about this one? I think that'll work. We'll use that. It's still may be a little short, but I can put another same strip right across the top. It'll look like it was meant to be. I think I'll do that. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that's okay. And then 3 7/8 for this. Yeah, this is gonna look nice. There we go. Okay, so next, I like it. Okay, so next we're gonna put, let's go ahead and do the photo mat since those are pretty much done. These are 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I just took all the paper that I had that was left over. I really like that paper, and I can use that cut apart. That's nice. Most of it's pink. And that one and that one. We'll use those sides so the mats aren't going to coordinate with the pages, but that's okay. And so 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. The mats are 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. So you'll have about, does that leave you, yeah, with a 1/16 of an inch all the way around your mat. I like that design too. I didn't really get to use it that much because of it's on the other side of the cut-aparts, and I don't know about everybody else, but it's nearly impossible for me to use the opposite side of the cut-aparts because they're so awesome. And then the other thing I'm going to do when I'm off camera is, should I use this side or this side? I like that side. Is go through the journaling cards and pull out the 3 by 4 journaling cards, because we're going to stick some of those in the pockets also. I could use the green side of this, but I really like this design. So we'll just be a little unbalanced as far as this color goes. But I don't want to use that side of that. That's a little bit of green there. Okay. So there's our mats. And then I'm going to walk through one tag with you as far as making them. I've already made most of them, but if I walk through 1 or 2 tags with you, then using the We Are Memory Keeper tag punch, then even if you miss my how-to, or excuse me, this is like a how-to and review video, you'll still know how it works, and you can see if that's something that you're interested in. Here we go. Because, like I said, before, I have likes and dislikes, and I'll link the video and I'll link the video below, but you can see my likes and dislikes of it. Okay, so the tag punch, I cut these papers. These are my scraps. I only use scraps. And then we'll use scraps to decorate them too. And basically all you do is line up the tag on the designated little line there, and there's a cheat sheet that it comes with it, but I don't know what I did with it, so I just guess. I'm thinking that that's where I want it because it looks like the right diagonal for it, but there is a cheat sheet. Then you just flip it over, put it on the same line so you know you're going to get the same diagonal. And then the best part is that you put it down here, and this is a 3-inch tag, so you put it between this 3 and this 3, and the hole is right in the middle. So that is awesome because I am horrible at eyeballing that. And this one's probably the same size, so I'm going to put it on E again. And if you want more of a slanted tag, then you just move the, use a different line. Or if you want like less of a angle on your little slants. Yep, it was 3. So there we go. I just made 3 tags with this, and it's super simple. So I do like it. Okay, so I had previously made some tags, and here they are all. Here they are, all are, and this is a tag album, so I made lots of tags, and we'll come back and decorate these. Okay, so I pulled some flowers out. I have this really old container of Prima flowers. I have some, I think these are Recollections, yellow and green flowers, so we'll use some of those, and I'll be using those on the cover and spine, I think. This is the cover thingy. It's not dry enough. Probably gonna have to wait overnight for that. And these are all the tags that I have, and I did not find my journaling strips or my journaling cards, so let's grab those. I'm just going to use the 3x4 because the 4x6 are going to be too big. And 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 of them. 1 for each set of pages. And then this one I messed up on the hole, so I'm going to cover it with a flower. So first I'm going to get a strip, or better yet, let's get a sticker here. So I'm going to just put one of these circle stickers on there. Have a couple of border stickers that we can use that are already cut. So I'm going to put this circle there, and then we'll layer some flowers on this. And you can use hot glue if you want, but I'm in no special hurry here. I also have some flat back pearls sitting to the side here. I guess it wants me to use a pink one because it just flew off. I'm going to reinforce, these are recollections. I'm going to reinforce the self-adhesive stuff with glue, mainly because I'm putting them on flowers. And then for, these are all the scraps that I have left. And I'm going to use those to decorate the tags also. So I'm just gonna use squares, and like this is about 3 by 3 1/4. And we're going to totally kill these scraps. I have faith. And then just to make it look a tiny bit better, I'm going to use my corner rounder. I have a Stampin' Up! Project Life corner rounder. Wow, I haven't done Project Life in forever, you guys. I'm never gonna get caught up. Okay. That gives it just a little bit more of a finished look. And here, and I'm not gonna put flowers on every one of them. That would be a bit too much, I think. I think I could have gone a little bit further, more on each side. That's okay. So this, every once in a while, I'll stick those. So these are ready to go in the pockets. So we'll just make a little stack up there. I don't know that I'm going to have anything small enough for that unless I just do a strip, which is possible. We want to go biggest to smallest so that we use our scraps the most effectively. So kind of organize the tags that way. Oh, the dogs are barking outside. Okay, so kind of like that, I bet. Okay. So I think what I'll do is just mark them instead of measuring them. And probably do it this way. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off that. And about a 1/2 inch on the bottom. That'll do. Round those corners. And you don't have to round all the corners, like maybe we'll just round the big ones. And I'm going to leave that plain. Let's see, I like this. So I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch off that and about like that. And that is crooked. Very much so. Like using some of the patterns and then use some of the more solid colors. The other thing that you can definitely do is leave some plain, because it breaks up the colors a little bit. My front piece should be ready now. Okay, and because I use so much glossy accent on it, it bowed, and then I just cracked it. But you see the cracks there? I cracked it when I was trying to flex it, but that's okay. I'm going to put flowers around it, so. But what I need to do is get this to set in place here. Before I do that, I'm going to take a black permanent marker, and even though there's no black on this entire album, I'm going to go around the outside just to give it like a more finished look. Okay, so I didn't realize I hadn't covered the back of this. We are going to put a liberal amount of glue on here, and it's going to go right in the middle of the album. Make sure it's straight, and then I'm going to put my coffee cup on it. I have to make sure that everything's hitting. I think that'll do it. Alright, and then I need to find something to put on the back. I almost want to how about I use I cut a part on top of whatever I decide to use. I have I've used all the pattern paper that's big enough, my scraps anyways, that would be big enough to cover. I do need a spine piece. I think I like this for the spine piece. Oh, it's not big enough though. I would like to stick with the pink because I have this scrap, but I don't want the green. Let's see what kind of pink I have. Not a lot in the 12 by 12. Let's see what I got in the 8 by 8. And I have this pocket. How about this page? It's not all green, or it's not all pink, but it's still pretty pink. Okay, so I got, was it 4 7/8? No, 5 1/8 by 4 1/4. And then this is going to be, I think it's 2. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use this on the back, but I'm going to trim off the green because it's, I don't have the same amount of green on all sides. And then let me, that's too busy. I need a frame for this. And this is measuring a little under 3 by 4. I have this parchment here. I'll have some cream. I'll just use the cream cardstock. It's textured. I don't really care for textured cardstock, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it. So let's see if that works as far as, let's do here. I think that sets it off a bit better. Oh, my ATG gun did the thing again. Oh, why it does that? That's something I do, or okay. I think the tape just sticks to itself. And under, and under. The puppy is in here looking to get into trouble. I can tell already. Where's your bone? Go get your bone. Okay. Let's do that again. You want to go out? I was doing this one first. You can add interest to this by putting like brads or something on it, but since I'm going to have the flowers, I'm not going to. And I can put the pearls like in the corners. The problem with that is if it's a light color like it would be, then when you put the album down on its back, it will the tops of the pearls will get dirty. Okay, and then I'm going to put score tape along the side that has the ribbon again, like I did the other side, and you want that right up against the edge so the ribbon doesn't rip the paper. Okay. Go. I'm just going to go all the way to the edge here. And then I can either cover the spine with this and then put the flowers down, or I can just put the flowers down. I think I'll cover it first, just in case. Now, because this is the spine, I'm going to use the score tape all over. I knew what I did with my little, well, now I know what I did with it, but that's okay. I'm just going to move him out of the way again. I'm going to put score tape around the outside, and then I'll use ATG on the inside. I like this. That could almost be the front. I mean, that could be the front. I like that. This would be a cute, it has pockets in it. This would be a cute album to put like seed packets in for Mother's Day. If I had seed packets, I would demonstrate that, but I don't. That quick dry adhesive should almost be dry now. I gotta admit that the quick dry adhesive is my favorite adhesive for like everything, and the glitter glue, art glitter glue, is my favorite adhesive for small items because it's thinner. It still dries fast. I mean, you could use it for both. But if you had it in two, I think if you had it in two different bottles, like one for larger things that didn't have this tip on it, and then one for the smaller things that has this precision tip on it. I really like that precision tip. And you would think it would come off, but it doesn't. Okay, so I have a couple options here. I have this that would fit perfectly on the spine. And do these things fit in it? Yeah, either one of these will fit in it. So like, let me see here. It kind of sticks out really far. So like that would cover nearly the whole spine. Or I can cover the spine with flowers. Or I can kind of do a little of both. Decisions. But that's the best part of it. I also have, instead of the tag, I can just do like this, or I wonder if this fits in that pocket. That's a bit tight. But that is neat. What if I pop that up? What do you guys think? I like it. I think I'm going to use it. Should I use it at the top or the bottom? Let's use it at the bottom. Alright, so again, I'm going to use score tape on this just because it's on the outside. Okay. Gonna get some adhesive on the top here. Almost done, guys. Just some decorating and we'll be set. I was editing the first half of this tutorial this morning. I was exercising while I edited. That was neat. Let's see here. It's got a doobie. I gotta clean the doobie off. I have a really exciting project that I want to start. Actually, I have several, but I have one that I'm excited about, and then I have one that I am super excited about. I have another channel that it doesn't have any videos on it right now, but I plan on starting very, very soon. So I'm going to put some of these. These are, again, the Prima flowers, and I want to detract from where I cracked that. Oops, there's two there. And you can use hot glue or just regular glue. For these flat flowers, I have roses that I could use. But there's really no roses in the collection, so I wanted to kind of keep it stuck to my finger. I think this is going to add a lot. I went through and picked out all the colors that match the collection. And the different sizes. And this is like the funnest part, right? And instead of putting like flowers all around the spine, I think should I put just one? Or do you think this is like just this is enough? I think maybe that's enough. Maybe I'll put a little pearl in there. And before I get too many layers deep, I'm going to start putting the pearls on. This is there's more than one here, I know it. No idea why that's out there. Because I don't want to cover up where I'm putting the pearls. Maybe there is only one layer here. It is not wanting to split apart. Yeah, okay. We'll just call that one layer then. A little tone on tone. These flowers are from so long ago. Alright, let's put some pearls in. I'm going to put one right here too. Okay, so there's our cover. I added some flowers, and then these small flowers that I added all around this, I'm going to put stickles on, but I'm going to wait till I'm done with the inside. Anyways, I was saying that how they take a new character out of each, for each book, and you kind of elaborate on their story. And yeah, so I really like the second one in the series. Okay, so now let's add some tags, and I'm going to divide these into a couple different groups here. These are like the larger tags, and then I have medium tags and small tags. And I think, now, okay, I want to show you guys something. Would be really cool if you put all the tags in the pocket and then use this as like a seed packet gift. So just that would be a neat idea. And then on the front cover here, I think we can add this, and then you can write, you know, your little note to the receiver on there. I need to get me some seed packets. So I'm going to put this here. Let that dry. And then I will put the tags in. I think I'll put, how about some, I have this necklace here that I got in a clearance bin. I think I'm going to use the string from it. I won't be able to use the crimps again, but I will be able to use the rest of the hardware on it, so. I'm keeping that. We'll use that later. And it's just perfect shades of green. So it looks like, by count, we'll start with one large tag and one large tag. I don't have, I guess those are kind of, how about one and, we'll start with one and one, and then we can always go back through and add. So I did that really fast. I should show you guys how I did that, in case you don't know. So there it is. That's what it's going to look like. So the tags, we'll do a big one. What you do is you take about a little bit more than what you want to, you know, show. You put it through the back. And then you pull both sides here through the front. I ripped my tag. That's okay. And then you cut off the excess. And they don't all have to be here. Let's do that one. And then like this piece here is already like the perfect size for a tag. All you gotta do, this is like the great thing about this envelope or this tag punch, you just take your scraps, line it up, and punch, and you have like a tag just like that. And you get to use your scraps. There's another one. Tags on the fly. Just give your album a little bit of, that one's pretty big. And you get to use your scraps. I'll cut this one down. It would be good to write on, journal on. Give it some, how about that? I'll stick that one behind there. I think I'll use this pink one, and then we'll call that a day as far as decorating goes. And we'll put the stickles on the front, and that'll be that. And we'll see how much our album grew adding all these tags in. I like that. Alright, and this is completely self-contained. Alright, let's see. There we go. That's the album with just the tags in it. Your expandable pocket is going to be this big. So it's perfect size. And the closure, if I can get it closed, if I can get it tied, goes like, this ribbon is so soft, it's hard to maneuver here. There we go. I know how to tie, guys. There, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so last step, like I said, I'm just going to pick up some of these little strands here. We are going to add some stickles to these flowers. The small flowers that didn't get the pearls. I'm going to use the same colors that I used on the inside. This is called lime green. This yellow is called yellow. And then I got this really bright pink that kind of offsets. It's like a little bit of fluorescent, but I like the contrast. Just a touch. I got one that I layered under here that I want to get. Okay, did I get them all? I think that's it. Alright, you guys, so there we go. There's the album. And I'll do a share on it, and I'll show you some different, like, presentation. I'll wait until those stickles dry before I stick the ribbon in it. Alright, you guys, thanks a lot. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the description box below. You can also see me on Facebook. Check out Crystal's store, Artistic Studio Creations, or ASC on Etsy, and we'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. All the links are below.